Hi, we're at Gatwick Airport at Ted Baker, London. Introduce yourself and welcome to Men's Style Fashion.
Thank you very much. My name is Greenwood. I've got over 10 years experience in fashion, and actually only a couple of years that is men's fashion. There's a massive divide, I think, between on the high street and what's available to men. So you walk down any street, especially in the UK, and you'll see that most retailers in fashion are aimed at women, which is a shame because men these days are taking a massive interest, I feel, in how they look. But there's just not the supply for that demand. Whereas if you go to places like Spain and Italy, you'll find that there's so much more variety. They pay a lot more attention to the men's cut and the men's form, which you just don't get here. And I think they're almost in some ways leading the men's fashion trends and industry.
This week it's been London Collections Men, and Men's Style Fashion has asked everyone the same question. How does the catwalk transcend to the man on the street? So let's talk about Ted Baker, London.
Right.
Does he represent the everyday man?
I think Ted Baker's a great example of men's fashion, not necessarily leading the way, but being very real between what a man. It's very disjointed.
Give me an example, like the blazer that you're wearing. What do you mean being very real?
So yeah, this year in particular, Ted Baker sold thousands of blazers. It was a big trend, and Ted Baker were right there to see it through. Going forward, looking at the up and coming lines, we're looking at bold colours, bright yellow chinos, which a couple of years ago a man probably wouldn't have been seen dead in, but now men are wearing pinks and yellows and bold colours. They're not afraid anymore, which is a wonderful thing. And Ted Baker captures that perfectly. But so do a lot of other designers now. I feel they're starting to get it.
The blazer is incredibly powerful. Why is the man? Why have they sold so many? Why should? I style a lot of straight men. I mean this with utmost respect, and they always associate fashion with being gay.
Yes,
so when I'm trying to put a blazer on them, they have a meltdown.
Yeah. Tell
them, why should they embrace the blazer?
I think that's a really interesting topic, and actually probably a whole separate topic about the perception of sexuality.
Yeah.
It's now so much more acceptable to be whoever you want to be, and in fact,
Absolutely.
I'd say the biggest fashion trend these days is to be an individual.
Yes.
And part of being an individual is maybe belonging to a minority, and I guess maybe being gay is one of those minorities.
Right.
But gay men are celebrated for their fashion prowess, and I think now straight men are going into that very unafraid. It's celebrated.
Yes.
Designers are sort of celebrating that as well. TV industry is, media is.
Okay, if you had to design something that had never been designed before, whether it was a t-shirt or a blazer or a jean, what would it be for 2013?
I've always kind of liked the idea of, maybe it's going back in time, but surely that's what fashion is anyway,
yes.
Of almost the Victorian and the very sort of high collars and the nipped in at the waist and the tails.
Ooh,
and
I'm loving that.
Elegant detail. I really miss that.
Right.
I think people make an effort now. But they don't make that kind of elegant kind of appearance that they used to.
Tom Ford hit it. It's all in the detail. It's
Absolutely.
all in the detail.
Tom Ford's, yeah.
And, well, get designing.
Thank
you so much.